Hey, everybody, and welcome to Minute Lake Farmhouse with Leanne and
Mouse toes, howdy.
So let us know if you can hear us and see us because I just realized my microphone's way out in North Pole, I'm glad it doesn't feel like the North Pole this week.
Okay.
We had 50 degrees here today, and I didn't wear a coat until I had to go to the barn and it was 35 degrees at 6 o'clock.
Nice. We reached 70. Yeah. But oh
Rub
my
it
God,
in.
for you, that is a heat wave. I was telling Leanne, hopefully I don't have terrible lag, but before I ever do a live stream, I clear my cache and then I restart my computer. And I don't let Microsoft do updates on me, right? But they take the opportunity when you restart your computer. 27 minutes. Okay. They moved all my icons on my taskbar, including my hotspot icon, took away my Bluetooth. I had to get it back. Okay. Because I'm on my hotspot because I have DSL, because it's the only way I can do a live stream. So they made all my folders yellow, like canning, food and recipes that had a picture on it and need words. Now I got to go put words on it. Why do they think they're the boss of us? We buy it, leave us alone. So then I get a pop up from Norton saying, we can remove the spyware that was just put on your computer. Thank you. After this live stream, I'll do that. Irritates me. Okay. Leave me alone.
Look at this amazing
Trying to
side
do a
chat
live
we have
stream and
already.
they work my whole darn life. So
look at this amazing side stream that we have.
Let me see. Hey, Tara Edwards, I think. I saw myself twirling and buffering, Leanne. Uh-oh. Leanne fell down. Okay, it's just us. Okay. Hey, Amy Pennington and Janine. Oh, Lord. Auntie Rocks and Jackie Dotson from Southern Illinois. Like
I did
Illinois,
a boo-boo.
only different. The village. Yeah, okay. I was twirling and then you disappeared. What did you do?
I accidentally
Did you just try to
slid right.
me?
I slid right, and I was like, oh, that wasn't a good idea. But you're still alive. You didn't have a heart attack.
Because I thought, oh, Lord, I just lost my hotspot.
No, you're here.
Okay, no, I didn't stroke out.
So
on the StreamYard side, I can see my whole head. What? Ma'am, okay, this is important. Listen, okay, on the StreamYard side, I can see my whole head. On the YouTube side, oh, I had to scroll down. Never mind. Never mind.
Get it together.
Like that.
Oh, this is going to be a hot mess tonight. Anyway, the folks in blue, like Jesse,
okay,
and Suburban Hillbilly, they are my moderators, and they help to keep the trolls out because they probably love whack-a-mole. And now you're frozen. This is going to be a great night. You all right? But can we believe?
There I am.
I'm like, are you here? Hello?
I've come.
Well, anyway, we're here for canuary, and can we believe it's already over? Yes. I can't.
No.
Can we believe canuary is a...
I'm connected.
So anyway, we have a few videos to go over tonight.
And I got the new ball book.
Who has the new ball book? Oh, Auntie Rocks.
This is not going well.
We're going to get through it. Because we have to.
Am I there?
Yeah, you're... Anyway, thank you. And there's Renee. I think she will be back. Let's hope. All right. Well, maybe while she's figuring out if she's here or not, we're going to go over the first video, which unfortunately was Big Valley Living's video that she had technical difficulties, but I wanted to say a few words about at 2 stage. There we go. since Michelle didn't get her video out because of technical difficulties, and Mouse is still frozen, I wanted to say a few words. She was planning to do applesauce in that video. And since I hear typing. Anyway. Are you here? Thumbs up.
I'm here. I'm trying to ask you if you want me to call in on the telephone. That's what I was trying to ask you, but you wouldn't quit talking, so I couldn't ask. Okay.
I think we're good.
Okay.
But anyway.
Never mind.
I think we're good. Please, Lord, let it be good. Anyway.
Okay. Holy water.
Michelle was trying to film applesauce in her video that didn't get uploaded because I don't know what happened. But anyhow, I learned something this year about canning applesauce that they've brought to light. You have to put lemon juice in applesauce if you're using stored apples. Like they've been in cold storage. And I learned that this year. I think it's like a tablespoon per quart or something.
Like adding it to tomato sauce? Like you got to do it. You ain't got to choose.
Because while, apples that are right off the tree, they're high acid. But when they're in storage, they're going to lose their acidity. So this is why it's come to light through, I'm not sure who my source should be, but it's either the National Center for Food Preservation or Ball. One of them did a test and said we have to be starting to put lemon juice in our applesauce. Is the chat even moving?
Yes.
Okay. Anywho. Yeah. So
it could be both connections.
And probably could be. Well, we'll get through it.
Yeah.
Yes, the drawing will be tomorrow at 7:30 on Sutton's Days, friends. Eastern Standard Time. Be there or be square.
Yes, I'm here.
We're moving?
Yes, we're moving.
Oh.
Okay. This is like me and Tony, Cattle Kitchen, on Tuesday night game night, right? That he's got sucky internet and I have sucky DSL. And then till they made my hotspot when Osprey got off the cell tower, then I could use my hotspot. So it's not just me and Kettle. It's you too, Leanne.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Randy. Let's say some hi to some people in the chat. We have, I know we had Deanna, the troublemaker. Hello.
Deanna, she's my pizza.
Then we got Tara, Monique, and I seen Janine.
Killer Smurf.
Welcome. And Tamara. I guess they would be from cold storage. So yeah, I guess that would, right? Right, Mouse? Apples?
Well, did she not add the lemon juice? Was that what happened?
Well, no, I learned this on the canning Facebook group that it came down from either one of the people, agencies that you have to start putting lemon juice in from applesauce that's stored. The apples that are stored. All right.
Lisa Emerson said Utah State Home Canning put out a statement 2 weeks ago that it's now recommended you don't use frozen tomatoes in preserving. So I have to check that out. Yeah, I got news for Utah State. That ain't happening. Okay, because I don't have a farm where all my tomatoes come in at the same time. Yeah, no. But I feel you, sister. Thank you for telling us that. Utah State, get the hell out of here. Okay, that's just how I feel about it. Okay, so was that the technical difficulty that Michelle and Nader had?
No, she just had problems with her video uploading. Like she had, I don't know.
Oh, you and I could relate to that, right?
Mm-hmm. We would relate. So we should send her some love and, go watch some of her videos. All right, I'm trying to read the chat. So The next video would have been hometown.
Wait.
What?
Hello, Patty Coach and Virginia and Paula. Okay. And Kentucky woman Carlene is here. Okay. So we hadn't even talked about the first video. Why you're saying the next video?
Well, you know what I mean. I wanted
No,
to treat Big Valley Living, I wanted to promote her channel as much as I could without, I mean, she was still part of Canuary. So the first actual video of this week was Hometown Homestead, right?
it was Hamahua Homestead.
Oh, I'm backwards.
And Hometown Homestead was next. I take notes, Leanne. Okay. Yes, Connie, I'm rebelling. Get revolution.
Oh, we're gonna get it together.
Okay, I got it together. Nothing wrong with me.
Okay.
I've only got drama with my internet. Clearly, you need to come up here and be the moderator, okay? Because Leanne's getting hecka sassy. Okay.
All right. So Hamakua Homestead did pickles because she loves pickles.
Okay, my favorite part was the end of her video, okay, where when you home can pickles, I don't use pickle crisp. I don't know what it is. Okay, and her little pickle was so limp. It was just limp, laying there on the top of her jar. But when she bit in,
she bit into it. You froze.
You there?
I'm here.
Okay. So anyway.
Yeah, I heard that part. But then you talked about floppy pickles, and then I didn't hear you.
Yeah, when she pulled out her little pickle, it was a floppy pickle. And that's how my pickles always look. But what I love is that when she bit into it, it had texture and a crunch to it. So don't let the floppiness, because that's how my pickles always look, because I'm not using no pickle crisp because I think it's chemical. I'm not sure. And Big Valley Living will figure it out and tell me, Michelle. And
you sound like my mother-in-law. She's like, when I showed her the pickle crisp, she's like, I wouldn't put that in my jar. That's chemical.
Yeah. Thank you, Wanda. I lost my way. The limp pickle with a crunch. Story of my life. Oh, killer Smurf. You know what we need to put in our jars? That little blue pill. But it was delicious. You could tell she liked it. And she used 3.5, which she do 3.5% of a salt solution brine, and she let them sit for 3 hours. Salt brine solution, I think it says. So equal parts vinegar and water in the pot. She boiled them 8 minutes. And I love that she added grape leaves to the jar top to kind of smush them down. I thought that. Hey, Vicky. And Elaine.
I've heard people do it, but.
Well, you've been around, is what you're saying, Mennonite farmhouse. You done heard about the fig leaves? Maybe we just don't grow those down here in South Carolina. We got crabs. Okay.
Maybe we got wild grapes, but they taste horrible.
Oh, really? Okay. Scary.
Oh, it's like the one thing I spit out.
Oh, okay. Now we can talk about Hometown Homestead, who also did a water bath because, hang on, I wrote it phonetically. Hamahua Homestead also water bathed her pickles. Okay. And what did Hometown Homestead make in the water bath canner, Leanne?
The ball recipe for Sloppy Joe starter sauce.
Yes. And oh my God, it looked good. I don't think I made canned like the ground beef, right? But I don't think I've ever done Sloppy Joe starter.
I've done this recipe for at least 5, 6, 7 years.
Wow.
since
I might just watch
2017.
your channel. Have you made videos on it?
But that
Or
was before they increased the vinegar to a cup. So I need to redo that video. So it's
oh gosh.
Robin's
Yeah.
saying there should be a way to can whoopie pies. That might
Oh
be.
yes. Good Lord. And banana bread, but there ain't.
I wish there was, but we shouldn't do that.
Okay, Angela's got 50 degrees, the inquisitive farm wife. Oh, I've never seen it. I'll have to look in the grocery, Tamara, if grape leaves are up in there. Okay, and Paula McNatt gives a testimony. Sloppy Joe starter's wonderful. Oh, now Tara, yes, seeing how Clausen or anybody at Mount Olive makes their pickles will be groovy. But I mean, when she bit into that pickle, it had texture and crunch, even though it was a limp pickle. Okay, so you have done Sloppy Joe starter many times. Were you impressed with how Hometown Homestead did her starter?
I mean, she did do it correctly, except for I noticed how small her chop was on her bell peppers, and I learned from that mistake. You don't need it that small. Your product is gonna taste more like peppers than anything else.
Oh,
Ask
for
me how
real?
I know.
Because you did
Yeah,
it?
I noticed how small her chop was. I like using my vegetable chopper. You know, the
Yeah,
thing that I used in my video yesterday. I
yeah.
like that for my bell pepper chop. So that way you get less pepper taste in your mouth.
Oh, gotcha. Because I use that Fidelia. Hey, Rosie Slade. I
And I
use
think
the
that's why
Fidelia.
I'm sorry. And I
I
think that's why her volume
Go
Lord
ahead.
get us through this. I think that's why she didn't have her 4 jars of sloppy Joe starter. Because she said she got 3.5.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, and Siren, Emergency Alert, Killer Smurf has a great question. There is a canning recipe for banana nut bread baked in a jar by Allspice I just saw. Is it not something I shouldn't be doing? Now, Killer Smurf, is that if that's the one where you take your jar and then you just do it in the oven, but you're not officially canning it so that your banana bread puffs up over the top of your jar. Is that what you're talking about? Let's see. Simmer down, Angela. Simmer down. Okay, we're feeling it out. Okay, because it's from Allspice, so I think it's
No,
just
all recipes.
canned. Yeah, all recipes. Okay. Yeah, bake it 325 for 45 minutes. Yes. So they don't intend for you to can it, that they're simply using the canning jar. So that's an excellent question. So, but they're saying sterilize the lid and rings in boiling water, but then the banana bread just rises up in the jar. Yeah, if I were going to do that, it would first, I wouldn't waste a jar like that. Okay. Cause y'all know, I think this is a holy vessel. Okay. And this is my beautiful Orchard Road jar. Look how beautiful this thing is. This thing is sweet. Anywho, okay, if I were going to do that and wanted to do it, then I would just be having a get together where people would just have to eat the banana nut bread out of the jar, but I wouldn't put a lid on it or anything.
All
But
right,
yeah,
so Kylie,
so that'd be something.
and I forget Wild Nature Farm's name, is that canning jars are not meant for oven heat. And the manufacturer ball will even tell you not to put canning jars in the oven because they are not meant to endure dry heat. They're only for water bathing.
But Killer Smurf had a really good question because it's on all recipes. See, so if somebody's new to canning, they're thinking they're canning it. So that was a great question, Killer Smurf. So it's certainly something you could do with a jar. You don't care that you're going to weaken by putting it in the oven. But right, don't think of it as canning. Just cook it in that and then eat it. I mean, heck, just put it in a baking tin. But that was a great question, because when people see something like that on all recipes or, any type of cooking thing, they're thinking, oh, I can store it that way. But that was a very good question. Thanks for seeing that, because that could scare some people. Yeah, banana bread baked in jars. Lazy, yeah, baked in jars. I got you, Lazy Days. Baked in a jar. No, thank you for the question. That was excellent, Killer Smurf.
So for the sloppy Joe starter, I love that recipe. I think I have canned it every year for the last 7-8 years, and it's a great meal starter. And I've made just browned up my meat, and you'd simmer it 10 minutes after you brown your meat. And then I've also made casseroles with that.
Oh, wow.
Like, you just put your sloppy Joe meat and your sauce in there. Then you can add cheesy potatoes on top or cornbread,
Ooh, girl, get you a little Mexican cornbread ground beef bake. Ooh, and that reminds me of last week, one of the fights we had, but we had to leave. Okay, because I think I had to potty and I was tired. Okay, because I have a teeny tiny bladder. Okay, was about what the heck were we just talking about? What did you just say? Oh, okay. It used to be one of the safe canning methods was when you'd open your beef, whatever you had, okay, you had to get it warm on your stovetop for 10 minutes. That when we talked about the way we used to can, and that was one of the final steps that when you'd open this, or I would open my beef broth, I would want to get it warm on the stove for 10 minutes. It used to be a part of the safe canning steps. That's what I remembered, but I had to go to the potty, so we had to end it. Yeah.
And Kylie's right. You need to do your research and only use approved canning websites or books.
But see how smart Killer Smurf is? Killer Smurf comes to the Cannon Chicks chat and goes, hey, let me tell you what all recipes is saying. And then we got down with it, and now we know. Hey, Dink and Tank.
Yeah,
Wanda
hi.
Weber. Miss Ellie here. Hey, Miss Ellie and Pam Mulder.
I bought 2 cases of the ball jars and they're defective. That's terrible.
The strip that the screw has flat spots and the ring done. Walmart will not take them back, Wanda. Oh, you contact Ball, and I promise you, they will make it right. They will make it right for you. Wow, Walmart's 8 ways wrong for that.
Or Jarden.
So
Jarden is Ball.
Say it again, Leanne.
Jarden owns Ball, so you want to contact Jarden.
Okay, I think she could figure that out. I'm just saying. Okay, because anywho, okay, call the frickin' people who made the jar and just tell them, and they will make it right. Because now we know that Jarden, who owns Ball, whatever, okay, had an intoxicated quality control. Like if there's a quality control number 75 ticker in that, you look at it and we're getting them fired. Yes, darn Skippy. Look at us solving the world's problems. But you can literally call Ball and people answer the phone. You can call Presto. Thank you for calling Presto Canners. And they help you.
Yeah, they're wonderful people. Wonderful people.
You're having issues at Rosie Slade too with what? See, I don't Walmart. I Amazon.com, because you know what happens at Amazon? They take everything back. Okay. They will go after a seller. A seller told me they sent me a broken Vidalia onion chopper that they put into a cereal box and shipped from like Oregon to South Carolina. And that thing was smashed and cracked, right? So I contact the seller and she just responds, no refund. Sorry. Ooh. All you got to do is get Amazon custom service. She said, hold on. She gave me a credit, and that seller got a butt spanking.
Sarah got a question.
Okay.
Are flats single use? Yes. Flats and single use.
Okay, hold on. Okay, is this your sister, Suburban Hillbilly, asking about flats? Because they are not flats, Tara Edwards. They are lids. Okay, so let's go over these things. Okay, this is a jar. This is a ring, not a circle thing. It's a ring. And this is a lid, not a flat. It's a lid. Okay, I feel better, Leanne. Go ahead.
So they are single use.
If y'all would read the emails I have gotten over my YouTube life, hey, I'm having trouble with the thing I put my Canon stuff in and the twirly thing. The twirly thing. It's a ring. I have a whole video on identifying your canner parts, like your lid, the emergency pressure relief, your vent lock cover. Okay. That thing that pops up and down, it's not staying up. Okay. There's two things that pop up and down. You know, we got to talk a language we understand, or we're going to give bad advice. Like, don't worry if the poppy thing doesn't stay up. If the vent lock cover don't stay up, you ain't going to get up to pressure. So these are the kind of emails I get that I have learned to use the correct termage for. Termage, verbiage, something. Words.
Angela has a good point. Tatler lids are reusable. But if you're using for jar lids or ball lids or suburb lids, they are single use. Because
Okay. Go ahead.
if I was going to invest my time in reusing a lid to save 30 cents and it don't seal, how much work did I just put into raising my own food and the time to process it? Why would I go through that if it doesn't seal the second time or unseal in my cellar?
It is not a flat, even if you say Pokey Joe Suburban Hillbilly, and you know that. Okay. It is never, ever a flat. A flat. It's never, ever a flat. Almost said something wrong. Hey, Mountain Grandma. Okay, Mountain Grandma, Leanne is being particularly obstinate tonight. I'm just telling you.
Hi, Tammy.
We've been into this for what, 30 minutes? She's on my last darn nerve. Okay. God, I'm thirsty.
Well, Randy has a good point. You can use them for dry storage.
Yes.
But,
yes.
but for recanning, no. And Killer Smurf says, is a whatchamacallit or that thingamabobber.
Killer Smurf, you stop it. Okay, we already just had a big fight over bacon in a darn canning jar. Okay, simmer down. Okay, no, it's not a whatchamacallit.
Hey, Deanna's on a good behavior tonight. So,
Who?
all right. So, huh?
Who's
Deanna.
on? Yeah, but the night is young, Leanne. Okay, now you just that's like saying Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Okay, you just jinxed it. Okay, Judy Hughie. Judy Hughie. Yeah, I'm Judy Hughie.
Oh,
Says
no.
someone named Mouse Toes. If you don't use a lid after heating it up, can it reheat it up and use it for canning? Absolutely. I'll always put more lids than I need in the hot water, and then I don't need it. Okay. Then I just completely dry it on a little towel. I mean, completely, like the compound gets dry, and leave it overnight on my kitchen island. And yes, I've had no problem reusing that a week later or a month later or the next day to can, and it doesn't have an issue. Very good question. Oh, see, Rosie Slade. Now you're talking about us chicks from back in the day. It's not like when in the 90s, there used to be more, you could use them more than once because that compound, that rubber ring meant business. It was real and you could see it, unlike today. And that's why I like 4 jars. They went to the old way Ball used to do it. And I still say the guy at 4 jars maybe stayed over at Orchard Road's house and got the formula, because Orchard Road went out of business. Then suddenly there's 4 jars with the perfect compound on the lid. Absolutely, Rosie Slade. That compound meant business. And wash your system sauce, Deanna. You're welcome, Judy.
So we had soggy pickles, then we had sloppy Joe starter. So what was next?
Okay, no, we didn't have soggy pickles. We had limp pickles. It just hung there.
Oh,
Okay.
that's even worse.
A lot of
Okay.
people have. Listen, we shouldn't make fun. Listen. Okay. Hey, Carolyn. Okay, so next, let me consult my notes that you're totally unprepared like usual. Ooh. We both like this one. The thrifty chic housewife made lemon chicken and white bean soup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That looked
But it
very
was,
good.
okay, why did I say this? Oh boy, she boiled a whole freaking chicken, like the whole chicken
Mm-hmm.
laid there, right, with its little feet and legs. And she used that broth, which was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
And she did, so she got 3 cups of chicken meat shredded. And yeah, that was beautiful. Of course, she pressure
Mm-hmm.
fed, so that was very good.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I would have never thought to put that combination together.
No, but that was righteous looking. But her chicken, that was a fat chicken. Remember during the pandemic of 2020, they were like Cornish hens. They were trying to sell at regular hen prices. I was like, good Lord, I'd have to staple 3 of those together to get a 2.5 pound hen. It was crazy. You darn Skippy, Deanna. We'll only live once. Do it foolishly, by God. It did look good. See, Jocelyn. Okay, we got to figure out how to say Jocyne. Can you phonetically type that out, Miss Seeley? Joss.
Jocelyn?
Mm,
Well, you're welcome. I'm gonna
Giz.
have to try the shepherd's pie. I haven't done that yet.
What they use shepherd's pie with the
My homemade. Remember how I canned the ball vegetable soup for September?
yeah.
She's using it to make a shepherd's pie with it.
Ooh. Did you
That was
use the sloppy Joe starter in that too?
oh no, that would have been terrible.
Oh, was he? I don't know. I hadn't made it.
No, no, that would be Josine.
Jocyne. Oh, that's a beautiful name. Look, see, Suburban Hillbilly has the number for ball. It wasn't listed under Jarden Mennonite
Oh,
farmhouse. Hmm?
well, I'm glad we can actually talk to each other now.
Yes.
All right, so we have
Now
limp
I'm not
pickle. We have limp pickles, sloppy Joe
yes.
starter, and we have lemon
Fat
chicken soup.
chickens. Fat
So
chickens boiling in a stock pot. Yep, bouncing around. That was beautiful. The broth it made too.
then Terry made the chicken. Oh, the green stuff.
Okay, now this is what always gets me when I watch a live chat. It gets on my last nerve. People are like, hey Larry, hey Bob, hey Cindy, but the name of their channel's under. And I'm thinking, which one is Bob? Which one's Larry? Who's Cindy? Right? So
Chicken
you
verde.
tell me the name you used. Tell me the name you used again.
I said I forget. I said the green stuff.
I know, but what was the channel person's name?
My table of 3.
Oh, now
Terry.
you know. Now you say my table of 3. You just said her
My
like
table.
government name.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, I have notes, so I have to follow along by channel names because you, my
Sorry.
friend, are unprepared. Okay, so all right, this was Tuesday the 28th. Actually, my table of 3 did balls, chicken chili verde. This book, yeah, and it looked freaking rocking. Yes, because I can't remember people's real names. Pesto, anisette, verde. Okay. Oh God, the people in the side chat are trying to help. Okay, she used her own turkey stock, which was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and her own pickled jalapenos, her jalapenos. I
Mm-hmm.
call them jalapenos. Okay, and she had green salsa verde. This girl brought it all home canned to the recipe, and her home canned white beans. Somebody stop her and her own dried cilantro. She was out of control. She could have done that in the zombie apocalypse. Okay, just out of her darn pantry. And
I've
it's
canned that tomatillo sauce that she used in the recipe.
what did you think?
It's been on my shelf for I don't know how many years.
Okay.
I don't make enchiladas that often, but it's good. But
You
I'll
know,
never forget the year that we grew tomatillos and
yeah.
Howard ate a tomatillo raw in the garden.
Oh,
I'll never forget that moment.
oh. You know, they crawl along the ground, right? And Howard ate that. How bad a stomach ache did Howard have? Did Howard
Oh,
need a
it
Tums?
didn't go down.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, he just saved his own life. Okay. This is why men can't be left unattended. They're like toddlers. Don't eat that. This is what I'm saying to her. Don't eat that.
I was like, Howard, they're only good cooked.
Right. They should come with a warning. They wouldn't read it. They don't read. Okay? Listen. Let me tell you how men are, right? They're knuckle draggers. My husband looks at something, puts his thumb in his pants, and he thinks, that's what I hear. It's something he hadn't seen before. And he's thinking, can I eat it? Maybe not. Can I kill it? Maybe not. Then he has another question. That's how men think. Can I kill it? Can I eat it? Can I? Yeah. They're just simple creep. That's why they shouldn't be left unattended. Okay?
Yeah, I learned not to grow tomatillos because they're invasive.
Yeah.
They'll come back.
They're invasive. Oh God. So they're like mint and bamboo.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize he tried to eat them again because he wouldn't remember because he's a man.
And why do I want to say couscous? Kutsu. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay. We had a painter when we lived. No, he was a pressure washer. Came out of his house and he goes, I just went up Kentucky way to see my mama. You ain't believe what's crawling all over her barn. It done took me the whole weekend to get it off that damn kudru. Called it kudru. So ever since then, Bert and I call it kudru instead of kudzu. That was when it first came out. It was so invasive. And that
Mm-hmm.
stuff will pull a freaking barn down, telephone poles. It's crazy. Knuckle draggers. It's true, Joan O'Hare. If you ever been with one, they're just simple little knuckle dragging creatures. But they'll crawl in your crawl space, into your attic, walk along a roof ridge like a mountain goat, right, and punch somebody in the face who looks at you funny. They have specific things they're extremely good at. They
So
have their.
not to cut you off, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But how do we use the chicken verde to cook with?
Seriously? Let's go to the book.
I'm Pennsylvania Dutch,
Okay, and I have made an enchilada recipe that was brilliant. Okay, so to serve the
Mm-hmm.
chicken chili verde, and of course they don't have the page number because this is the crackhead book, 274 without a number on it of ball. You transfer the contents of the jar to a saucepan and simmer over medium heat for 10 minutes. Serving frequently, you serve it over hot cooked rice. So not
Okay.
only does Ball give you the stuff, but they tell you what you're going to do with it. How do you serve chicken verde, whatever? Seriously?
Angela said turn it into a soup.
Ugh. Okay, that'd be gross. Okay, so you're not a big Mexican food eater, Leanne?
Howard complains that he's never got the chance to take me out for Mexican.
Okay, well, let him take you out. But I made a righteous video just a few months ago on enchiladas, and it was wicked good. And see, now I know I could use that.
Hey, now we
Leanne,
can can mountain goat.
you can make a soup, enchiladas, pour it on pork or steak. Yeah, don't come for my steak with that, ma'am. No. Ooh. Oh my goodness. You get a star, Killer Smurf? What happened? Okay, they'll crawl along your roof, right? Like they got to clean your gutters and stuff, and they'll crawl along your roof like a mountain goat. Your roof ridge. Check to make no varmints getting up in your roof. Okay, Jennifer says turn it into white chicken chili. Ooh, now that could be righteous. Enchiladas, Amy Pennington says. Oh, this Kinker Crafts. Okay, it's this one. This is what Ball came out with. What is it? 4 years old, 4 years ago.
It's a
And
few
this,
years.
huh?
It's a few years old.
Yeah, it ain't that old. This is okay, first edition 2016. Wow, I'm surprised it's 7 years old because I was so excited to get this. They came out with this because of all the meals in a jar in it. Remember, because that became popular, and I think they felt the burn in their sales because this was their last one. Yeah, so, and they've got some really good stuff in here, if I remember right, on freezing. Yeah, that's the all new Ball book of canning and preserving. I mean, they did a great job on it, except for some of the poorly written directions. So to me, you got to be an experienced canner for this one.
Michelle would like to know what's the latest Ball book.
Now, the inquisitive farm wife, if she's still here, so I don't soup Angela, the inquisitive farm wife. It's freaking 900 degrees here generally. Okay, the inquisitive farm wife held up a book for her last video, and she said it's the latest Ball book. So maybe it's not this one. What say you, Angela, the inquisitive farm wife? Because 7 years is a long time. Haha, thank you, Vicky Cook. Angela will get with it and answer us in a second. We got two different lags going.
Oh.
Yeah, so it may, remember when Angela did her video? Let me see. And she said it was the all new Ball book of preserving.
The blue cover, she's saying.
Yes, yes, the blue cover. Is that newer than this one as far as you know, Angela?
That one just came out last year.
Okay, perfect. So there is a newer one to the person who asked. It's blue in color. Rosie Slade got one too.
I have one downstairs. So that's not helping me here.
Well, you know, again, Leanne, some of us come prepared for the live stream. Okay, my
I was making my husband supper because I didn't want to be getting off this live stream and still have to cook him supper when he hadn't eaten since 11 o'clock.
Right, because God forbid they warm up their own food. But I feel you because he's a farmer and he's been out there in the cold all day. You're a good wife. Okay? Lord, that was rough. I'm exhausted. Oh my gosh. And this is our last canuary thing. Is anybody making a video tomorrow for canuary, or is it just the end finale?
It's just the live.
Okay, good. Because, yeah.
I agree.
Listen to Reason Why. Mennonite Farmhouse, you're always prepared and so professional. I love your channel. I think your guest needs a few classes on manners. Hey, Reason Why, bite me. Okay? Because she's a Mennonite, I ain't. Okay? I am a girl who's 67 years old and don't play. Leanne gets my snark. Okay? So just recognize, don't come for me. Okay?
I respect my elders.
Yeah, you see, that's right. See, Leanne was raised better. It's exactly right. That is it. Okay. Yes, it's a skinnier book, and it's kind of the one Angela held up is long like this one. You know what I mean? Much longer pages. Yeah, sure. That is okay. I got to get that book. Okay. See, Deanna Coots, that's our 3 go-to. They're the best ones. Okay, Blue Book 38th edition, 3/8 edition, Jackie Dotson says.
I won't tell you where I got mine.
Okay, did you get it at a yard sale?
I got it at Walmart.
Oh, yeah. Okay. But you don't have troubles when you go to Walmart. Walmart is just a rough place for me. You know? I think a Walmart is going into a bar. Anything could happen because I've almost had 2 fist fights in a Walmart. And believe me, I was ready to post up and go, but I don't understand. Oh, that book isn't from Ball. Well, Angela, thanks for that little dollop of information. Who the heck is the book by?
I think somebody put a link out and it was wrong or something. I think
Okay.
Auntie got that book today at Walmart.
Darn. Okay.
So
Well,
we got 2 more videos to go over. Then Canuary is over.
we just did my table of 3 with the chicken.
Then
Chicken.
there's this other channel.
Oh my God. Okay. The next one made chicken and gravy in a jar. Okay.
Chicken
And
dinner.
it took a long time. And it went through, we're like on a roller coaster. Okay. So it was like one of these, right? Okay. This is curry chicken. Okay. But I liked how she started it out with opening in it. Okay. Because my instructions on the top, this was 2021 Canuary. Curry chicken plus flour when open. Okay. I just put mine in a Pyrex dish, right? Liquid glass container for liquid. And I added the flour in it and microwaved the snot out of it. Okay. Leanne pulled out a whole pot, see, and then did it. And then put it over waffles that she made in her waffle maker.
And why did I do that?
Huh?
And why did I do that?
Because it was chicken and waffles. You were making chicken and waffles.
Because this chick over here, I can't. This chick over here, I can't even do it. This chick over here told me it was Pennsylvania Dutch. So I was like, oh, thanks, Mouse Toes. I was going to do something else, but that was genius.
It is. I was all excited because I like food history, right? And when you said because people think it originated in the South. No, we just ate the hell out of it because we like stuff with fat and sauce and syrup on it, okay? Because we're Southern. All right, it's what we do. It's why we got big butts and we cannot lie. But when you talked about it, I was like, nope, it was Pennsylvania Dutch. That was an interest in history. But your waffles were beautiful in your waffle maker.
Thank
But I was
you.
like, you took it from warming it up, making your own waffles. I was like, get down with your homemaking self. Seriously, I was impressed. You know?
And yeah,
Did
I
you
did
enjoy
say it had too much black pepper in it for me. And I only put half of it in. And I was just like, oh. But yeah, I had lots of comments telling me that they appreciated my critiques on the recipe and what I would do differently. They loved that
Yes.
idea. People loved how I showed how to debone chicken.
Yes.
That I got on Reduce to save me some money.
Yep.
Because, YouTube pays the bills, right?
Yes. And I do the same thing with the meals in a jar, like this one's pot roast, okay? Because we've talked about this a lot. Most of us are ingredient canners. Like that's what my table of 3 did. She was able to take her own stock, her own candied jalapenos, everything, and even her white beans and put it together. So I never like to do the seasonings because that pressure canning process changes it. It will accentuate some, like the pepper, and it's very unusual. No,
Yeah,
can't.
it's just the
Correct.
gravy.
It become that chicken and gravy, but the gravy becomes your syrup. Now you could. It just depends on how big you want your butt to get. So you got to think about it and think gravy or syrup. What is syrup? It's not molasses. Maple syrup.
Maple syrup.
Yep. See, Josine, is that how we said it? Do you remember?
Josine. Yeah,
Josine said your video was awesome, Leanne.
Thank you.
Yep.
I had so much hesitation on Tuesday when I was editing it. I was like, oh no.
Yep.
But I just had to be real and say, hey, this is how it is in the book, but this is how I would adapt it to make it still be safe, but this is how I would remake it.
Yes. Because the pepper's not going to have anything to do with the safety of the recipe. It's not like sugar or vinegar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And adding more broth because people are like, yeah, you're right. Where's the gravy?
Yes. That is what I did in the, which one is it? It's this one. After I did the pot roast, then the next time I can these, I put more broth in it because I didn't want to add water to make it give more. And then if I want, you know what I mean? And most of them, aren't they meant to be in a pint jar? I can't remember. I'm going to look up one of these. But these were interesting on the sides. Nope, some were quarts, pint jars. Yep, 1 quart pint jars. Yeah, they could be both. Because for us, a pint is plenty just for the two of us without any leftovers. And let me see. You were asking, she asked okay, curry chicken. Chicken curry was 1 teaspoon of curry powder. And it was not overwhelming when we opened it. Because I did it for the canuary, so I did it by the recipe.
Pat has not tasted it yet, but I think she'll eat anything because she didn't have to make it.
Ah, okay, good. Yes. Because how many years did she cook?
Exactly. I think she'll like it. I really
Good.
do.
Yeah. And Tara Edwards talked about the inquisitive farm wife. Would she make not gravies, um,
What the vinegars?
nut
Or
syrups?
yeah.
Yeah, those are brilliant. The inquisitive farm wife is becoming like a mad scientist in her downstairs kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was very groovy. Yep. But those vinegars sent me over the edge. That was brilliant. So that's all we have. Oh wait, no, there's more. But
Hold
wait,
on.
stop.
I had several people ask me this question in from my video.
Okay.
They're concerned, you know how raw packed chicken needs to be 1 1/4 inch.
Hmm.
They were wondering why, since the chicken makes its own juice, what happened in my headspace?
In what recipe? Your chicken and
The
gravy?
chicken and gravy.
Yeah, because it's not only chicken in it.
Mm-hmm. So I looked at my headspace this morning after I had 2 people ask this. Because I'm like, you have a valid question.
Yeah.
And it still has 1 inch headspace. I'm like, well, maybe the alcohol disappears. I don't know.
Yeah. It's exactly takes you to 1 inch because it's
Mhm.
not only chicken. If we were doing all chicken, we'd still have to do the 1 1/4. And most people didn't even know that, and they changed it in what, 2019. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was see, I like people who ask questions like that because they're people who pay attention to safe canning.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, the nut syrup video was not part of Canuary.
right. It was just part of fabulousness. Kinker Crafts, Kinser Crafts. It's this one, the one that Leanne did her chicken and gravy from. Wait, let me get here. We go. 2016 ball book, and it's thick. This is a great book because it goes on about generally preserving too, not just canning. But of course, most of it's canning.
So tonight's video by Lisa.
Yes. Okay. She did New Mexico style pinto beans meal starter. And she said, why are they called New Mexico style pinto beans? She said, no idea. She's our people. And
It
it
looked
looked
good.
good. You know what she
Mhm.
did? 1.5 beans to 1 pound of ground beef. Yeah, it looked real good. What I did miss, did she just pour water in it when she used, what was the liquid she used?
Oh, it was so long ago.
Okay, like an hour?
2 hours ago.
Two
I
hours
watched 5:30 hot water, Killer Smurfs on it. Yeah, she just used water, but she said you
Okay,
could do broth and all that kind of stuff. She did
okay.
say that.
I swear I rewound and couldn't find it. Thank you, Killer Smurf. Hot water. Oh, hot water. Okay, because they were hot jaws. Okay, boiling
Mhm.
water, Paula McNaught says. Ask me. I know that answer to that question, Mouse. Water from the kettle, a proper kettle. Boiling water, Carlene said. Yeah, but it was. And this, do we say every year? Because this is the first time we've done canuary talking about the canuary videos, which is a blast. Thank you for thinking of it. It's the first time. I don't remember the videos being this good. Do they seem better to you? I mean, it's the same victims. We're all the same people. But did it seem like a different vibe? It seemed really righteously great to me, this lineup of recipes that people chose.
I think, yeah, there are more, like Lisa said it tonight, there are more meal starter videos.
See, I missed that too.
That was the first thing she said.
Well, I missed it. Okay. That's why there's two of us up here.
But yeah, it was a great canuary.
Yeah. Okay, so she had this wild mixture. Shannon wants us to talk about the spices. She said it was like a conglomerate of spices. Do you, Leanne, recall the spices that she used? Because I thought them's would be powerful.
No, I don't recall.
Okay. Yep. Sorry. Shannon, we got nothing. Okay. I couldn't remember she added water. Okay. I mean, it's been a rough day. Ooh, pinto beans, New Mexico style has hatch chilies. Holy crud, that'll light you on fire, Rosie. Yes, lots of different ideas, Deanna. Just like, I mean, it was just interesting as heck. Now the most fun video was the limp pickle. Absolutely the most fun because when she bit into it, it had texture and crunch. I thought that was far out. Because we get discouraged and think, oh, my pickle's limp, but it looked just like it was beautiful freaking pickles. I like that.
So what was everybody's favorite recipe that they've already, I'm sure some people have already canned some of the stuff that they saw in these videos, but what is everybody looking forward to canning?
Deborah Calvert said Lisa listed everything in the recipe under the description.
That's good to know.
Kinser Crafts on Sutton's Days channel, SUTTONS, and then DAZE. She has a playlist for canuary.
And I posted a link to that playlist in my two videos to help people out.
Okay, the spices were in the recipe in her notes. She did not list them. Okay.
I wondered.
Oh, yes, I wonder. My first year at canuary. Woohoo, Carmen Roop. It just popped up, and now I'm hooked like fish on the line.
There was a lot of people in my video said it was their first year.
Kinser Craft loved your chicken gravy, their favorite. Okay, and Renee of Pike Creek Farm says there's a link in the video description, and it's labeled recipe. Okay, she added it as a separate link. Thank you, Randy. Lazy Days always coming with the links. Okay, you're welcome, Kinser.
I know I'm looking forward to Renee's I wanted to say, I know it's not the Hungarian, it was the goulash Renee did. That's the one I'm looking forward to because you can make it in so many different recipes. Like I can use that tonight.
Yeah. That was very. Okay, Tara, it's time to pop your cannon cherry, sister. And the more you can watch people do it who are safe canners, some of us learn visually, because it can be scary. And that's the other thing when you get the 4-jar lids and rings, they give you a cheat sheet. It's this little square thing. I'm going to get it real quick, Leanne, because it's helpful for new canners.
Okay. Tara, it was the American goulash that I want to make first. It was her second canuary video. That was the one I really liked.
All right. It is this. Let me get to StreamYard. This is what you get from 4 jars. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
And it's sort of like cardstock, and I hang it
Mhm.
on the side of my fridge. So it gives you all the steps to help you. Wash the jars, lids, and bands, put the lids in a pan, bring them to a boil, check your headspace, removing the bubbles, but first check your jar for cracks or lids, wipe your jar rims, then apply your lid. So this thing is fantastic when you order from four jars, and this hangs on the side of my refrigerator. Just kind of give you a little visual for it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's pretty good.
So Kindercrest wants to know if anybody used an electric pressure canner. And
Didn't somebody?
Hometown Homestead used it as a water bath canner.
That was it. Okay. And let's see. Okay, Sylvia G, if there's a particular recipe you want out of there, if you email me, it's one word, mouse toes cans, CANS, at AOL.com. I can send you a picture of the recipe from this book. So mouse toes cans at AOL.com.
Judy, I've had that happen once or twice, but if it comes unsealed while you're washing your jars after you've canned it, then you didn't have a good seal.
Right.
And therefore I wouldn't eat it anyhow.
And Leanne, if I have talked about this, the way to test your lid is to hold it up by it. Okay. But yes, so if you would have tested it, okay, like this, but I always do this with my hand under it in case it comes off. Like, remember when we got the new ball raggedy lids that we could not boil? We were having failures. Then it would only come off if it were, you couldn't hold it up by it. So, and of course, you don't use boiling water. That wouldn't make it come off easy either. But I think that would be a blessing for it to come off so that it wouldn't pop later in your pantry.
So Killer Smurf has a question about canned
Okay.
ham.
Yeah, because ham is dense and it's cured. CURED. It's like if you can something that was smoked, that it will intensify that flavor. And oftentimes it will, like when you open meat, like if you open pork, it's going to smell like dog food. It'll smell just like a can of Alpo till you heat it up, right? Or put it in your recipe. Then you don't smell it anymore. The the smell when you open it from something that was cured is absolutely off-putting. So they say it's because it's denser, DENSER, just like trying to do pureed pumpkin, okay, or pureed squash. The heat can't reach the center of it to ensure that it's a safe product.
But you can use it an ingredient as recipes that do say you can use ham, like spit
Yes.
piece.
But notice they'll tell you it's a small amount. Or you know what you do? When you open the jar, then put it in there and heat it up. Okay, bye, Rosie Slade. Have a good night. Thanks for
Hi,
coming.
Rosie. Wanda says, I started canning 2 years ago with Lisa Mouse Toes video and went crazy. Now I have a walk-in pantry and a monthly grocery bill that's down to $75 a month. Bravo.
Get down with your bad self, Wanda, because this is the only way to save money. I mean, imagine if we were not canners with these skyrocketing food prices. You know, if we're eating anything, chicken or whatever, from our pantry from before 2020, I mean, we got that at basically half price. That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome, Killer Smurf. And look, other people said the same thing. Yep, Vicky Cook, it's cured meat and it's denser. And ham is just gross. Like, I do not like corn canned, but I mean, I'll buy the stuff from the Green Giant. Okay, but there's a difference in the process for a commercial canner, right? And then they've
Mm-hmm.
got the BPA stuff, the white lining on the inside. but I do not like home canned corn.
I think that was my biggest problem when I first started canning. I'm like, why can't I can what I can get at the store? I had
Yes.
to learn.
Yep. Yep. And remember, after the issue with the Boston, let's just say the Boston Runners,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't already have a canner. They were removing, and it was not a pressure canner. They, like we're doing for canning jars. What do you call the other thing that people do so dangerously? Pressure cooker. It was a pressure cooker that the bad guys used. But
Mm-hmm.
when you went into Walmart or Target, they had pulled all the pressure canners off these shelves for about 6 weeks before they went, oh, wait, it's a pressure cooker. And then after that, the price went up too. And then after 2020, it doubles. Thank you so much, Heather Kennedy.
So, with that being said, about pressure cookers and people being scared of them, I want people to understand who haven't taken the plunge and actually started running one. The pressure that you build up in a pressure canner is 11 psi if you are at 1,000 feet or below. The psi in your bike tires is what? And we're not afraid of riding bikes. Or your tires on your car, those are like 35 psi, at least for my car. So, with that being said, how much pressure? Your canner lid's never gonna hit the ceiling. Like those pictures that float around Facebook and all that, that's never gonna happen.
They're photoshopped. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a time, okay, growing up, they did not have that emergency pressure relief. But yeah, I like what somebody said. Why can't I do what they do at the store? It's just that difference is incredible, in a much more controlled setting. We're basically doing all of this is science, right? And that is one thing that I love about the ball books. If you want to get all tied up in the science, right? It's all here on how it works, how the pressure builds up. I don't give two fat figs, okay? Because I paid for the engineering of it and the safety of it when I bought the pressure canner. But it is fascinating.
And I'd rather have, since we can't, make soup with noodles in it and put it in a jar and can it, I would rather have those noodles fresh, cooked, to begin with. Why save your step that? It can't be any good if you actually did it.
And I learned something different on those is like, it's not, like you can make your own pasta. Okay. So before they even can them commercially, they're thicker and they flat coat them in a sealant so that it doesn't get all permeated. And you'll notice they're very thin. They're not as very thin as you think they would be. They're thicker, but they seal them in something. So that is very interesting. But yeah, I would rather make my own jar, right, of something and then throw my own pasta. I don't make my own pasta, I buy it. And in it when I heat it up. But yeah, that is very interesting that they can do pasta.
Hey, Mitzi.
There you go,
Welcome.
Teresa Goodwin. I don't want to study the science. I just paid to get it. Yeah, you like to get the food out of the jars.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
And yeah.
Randy. And yep. The texture, yeah, Dawn Hartwell agrees with you that the texture of the noodles is better. Okay. Kylie M. As a new canner, I did can noodles and rice. I know better now, but the consistency is horrible. But see, what I like is you realized it was terrible and you don't keep it on your shelves. But that's the problem with if we only went to Facebook canning groups or I only learned how to can on YouTube, is you don't know where they got the recipe or it was their grandmother's or something. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why for us, we just do safe recipes. A hospital's an hour and 15 minutes away from me. How far away is your hospital, Leanne?
You mean an actual hospital?
Yes, a real hospital. Not an urgent care, a real hospital.
I think at least 40 minutes.
Okay. And then
That
you
would be
might be
perfect.
on snow and icy roads, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we safe can is I'm not going to save any money if I get sick off of what I canned. And now I've got 20%, after my insurance on the hospital bill. And also you tried it and you learned. A lot of people try it and they keep doing it, you know. Approved recipes equals cheap life insurance. Preach, suburban hillbilly. Okay, good night, Carlene. Have a great night.
I still don't understand why people want to can milk.
Okay, Rochelle Kelly, I freak out when they dehydrate their own, like just in an Excalibur, their own eggs. That
Oh.
is so not safe. I don't care what you do that in. No, no, no. Now, Kinker Crafts, you can can potatoes, right?
And chicken broth.
Yes.
Because that's in the all new book.
Yep. And then you just got to have what? Cream on hand, Leanne, for when you open it?
Or
Mhm.
thyme and dill and
Yes. Oh, I
a
can't
little
eat potato soup without thyme or dill.
and bacon and cheese. Hello.
Oh, preach. Yep. And see, they were talking about allergies in the side because we went from ice and cold to it was in 70s today. All my allergies are going crazy. You get that little tickled cough. Hey, Mitzi DeLuca.
Mitzi's like, oh, they don't want us to stop.
Right. And then, but see, that one person got mad and they're going to send Leanne a long email because I told them to bite me. Okay. So then that's why I'm not, I can't destroy the Mennonite Farmhouse channel. Okay. So one out of like what, 1,000 people?
Probably.
Yeah. So then
Well,
Leanne's going to send me a copy of it and spank me. Okay. So
I will send you the email.
yeah, it's hard to do this. Okay. Because I get on Leanne's nerves, you know?
I thought it was the opposite.
Okay. Now
Notice how she laughed loudly.
this is what I like is of this group of canners and side chatters is we're like all people who let each of us do us, right? As long as we're not in a side chat promoting unsafe canning, right? Like I'm up here with a Mennonite. You don't get much weirder than I do. Okay. And we get along fine because it's the common ground of canning. And she's got a Howard who adores her. I got a Vern who adores me. You got Lisa and Phil from Sutton's Days. You got Michelleinator and JJ from Big Valley Living. We have so much more in common than our personality and religious differences that it is made like the grooviest community, like Kettle Kitchen, right? And the people who do the Jam It Up June, your pies of March. It's brought together a really, really nice group of people, and we're all very diverse. Did I express that at all well? Yes. Sugar and spice earn M. Yeah, guess who's the spice? Okay. See?
It's not me, the black pepper.
Yeah. You'd be the sugar, Leanne. I'm the spice. Okay. Oh, Lord. Thank you, Suburban Hillbilly, for saving us all from a rebel canner. Thank you, Connie. Yeah. I love
So
it.
I changed the texture to canned potatoes. I'm still trying to figure out what that means.
Thank you, Teresa. Or can't get used to canned potatoes. Oh, yeah. They're asking what kind of potatoes did she use? Because that makes a difference. Yin and yang. There you go, Shannon. Okay. Let's
White
find.
potatoes.
Uh,
White potatoes are what I used to do. I did russets and didn't know any better. Let me tell you.
but
They
that's
all the starch just goes to the bottom and you don't have any water.
yes, and it's funkadelic. Anna Solon just made potato salad today from canned potatoes.
Yeah, my husband will eat it.
Okay, Teresa Goodwin, I do a tater soup in a crock pot with cream cheese, and Vern loses his mind for it. It is a game changer. Let me see. Yeah, so it was probably the tater. Okay. Any potato that I grow, Hannah, it's like, is there a preferred type of potato to can, Leanne from Subass?
White potatoes.
White taters, like, is that sold on the bag says russet or red tater? Or, I mean, you got golden golden delicious is
Is
an
it kind
apple.
of like we grow Kennebecs, and I know those are great for French fries. But well, I know the ball book says white potatoes, so I don't know. But I know
Okay.
I would not do a russet potato.
Elaine nailed it. Can waxing potatoes for canning. I heard a lady in the grocery ask the man in produce the other day, I'm starting to do canning and I don't know what kind of potato to get. Waxing potatoes. Okay, russets make paste like Elmer's glue, Shannon said. So that's the bad one. Okay.
Yeah.
Terry, you've done red potatoes, canned red potatoes? I love those. That's what I use for tater salad. So yellow potatoes then, Leanne, Teresa Goodwin, they're waxed potatoes.
I haven't tried. I know I want to dehydrate some yellow potatoes. I guess she says Kennebec.
Okay. And it's Kennebei.
I
White,
think
but
that's
not
the right
russet.
spelling. But then again, I'm not a speller.
Right, right. I trust Anna. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, but thanks y'all for joining us when we do this because I want to talk with somebody about these canuary videos. And my real life friends don't do it. Waxy is a gold Yukon. Preach, Kent's credit. You see how smart people in the side chat are? Yep, Wanda uses Yukon Gold. Waxy is a gold Yukon. Okay, Yukon Gold, if the poor person who asked the question is still here, as we went on a roller coaster to find the answer. Waxed must be a Yukon Gold. Good for, yep, Deanna Kearns. Yukon Golds are good for canning and they're waxy. Bam. Okay, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Kennebec, Angela said. Kennebec. Okay, write that down, Teresa Goodwin. Let me grab my book. Yukon Golds are good for canning and they are waxy. You're welcome, Anna. Russets are baked potatoes. God, I love a baked potato. Now, I dehydrate the heck out of scallop potatoes because we do a lot with scallop potatoes. Fern just made this righteous dish with some of my dehydrated potatoes, bell peppers. He put carrots in it, carrot slivers, sausage. Oh my God, it's so good because I love potatoes. There's a fat girl so deep inside of me who just wants to eat potatoes.
So I would say we'll shoot for next Thursday if we both want to be here.
But there ain't no more canuary videos.
Well, we can still talk about canning.
That's true. Yeah.
But I know I can't be here the 13th. I got plans with my church.
Okay. Well, church comes first, sister.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's our
Andy.
annual sweetheart banquet.
Oh, you got a date with Howard. You gonna dress up?
Well, I'm always dressed up.
Okay. Auntie Rock said red bliss, French fingerling, red gold, and yes, the potato, just the way to live. Scallop potatoes are my favorite, Tara Edwards. Darn Skippy, pull you right out of a depression. And when you're cold, they get you real warm. Scallop potatoes for dehydrating is 2 minutes. And I mean, you get your water to that rolling boil, and then you pour them in. You let it come back to a boil very, very quickly. And then I can on my microwave 2 minutes, and then I drain them out. I take them out with a big colander because I usually have another load to go in there.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that. You have to have a colander, like a
Yeah,
pasta pot. That is the best way to go when it comes to dehydrating stuff and you have to blanch it, is
yeah.
using a
But at
colander.
night, you can get it out without, you know what I mean? I just stick another colander in it, not a plastic one, of course. Okay. Yes, everybody who wants to win something tomorrow night, y'all, good luck. It's always fun. And remember, Lisa, it only lasts like 30 minutes. So, man, don't forget. What time does she start, Leanne? 7 or
I
7?
believe, I believe it's 7:30, but
Okay.
let me double check
Okay.
because
She's got to double check.
I've been wrong before.
Yeah. Listen, I'm old.
Let's
It's
see if
the
she.
Okay. Tara said it's the texture of the Registrar's potato. There's nothing like it.
She has it scheduled, and it's for 7:30 Eastern
Okay.
Standard Time.
And Shannon, your grandma was wise. My grandma told me tiny reds were dirt berries. She ain't lying because they're so hard to clean when they're tiny.
Wow, she has
Yes.
a molded one.
Now, Lori, there is a copycat for Campbell's tomato soup, and I believe it is in this one. Okay. And it is freaking righteous, but it ain't like it's not like Campbell's, which is like red water. Okay. Let me see if it's in here. It is so freaking good that you will never eat Campbell's again. Okay. Where is it? Tomato. Forgot what the hell we were just talking about. Tomato soup. Okay. Because I'm at the T. Tomato paste, ketchup, juice, preserved sauce. Maybe it's not in this one, but I have the recipe.
I know I've done the vine ripen tomato soup, and I'm not a fan.
Oh, okay.
But I am a fan of the spiced tomato soup that I've done a video on for obvious. I love that soup.
Now I'm
Yeah.
going to see if I can pull up mine because mine was from an approved source. Okay. Let me put mouse toes. I ain't as fast as Jesse. Tomato soup. Okay. Because it is epic good. Epic. Okay. Mine was from 10 years ago, canning tomato soup and sauce. So I did not do a standalone recipe. Let me get it. But
And
it
Killer
is
Smurf.
so good. But now it takes a heck. Huh?
Killer Smurf's
What?
saying about how Pepper Potpourri did that best tomato soup ever.
Ah, yeah. We'll put this
Mm-hmm.
right here. Here we go.
Kindercraft wants to know what
Okay.
dehydrators we have.
I have an Excalibur and the Nesco, Nesco Square 700 watt. Now the Excalibur is better, but when I have a lot of scalloped potatoes to do, I use both. So one gives the heat or the fan from the top. The Excalibur gives it from the back. So the Excalibur tends to be faster. But I started out with a cheap, affordable $50 Nesco because I was not sure that I would love being a dehydrator. And I learned very quickly I hate dehydrated celery and I hate dehydrated bell peppers.
And I have Excalibur. I forget the model number. 3950, I think. It's a 9 tray with the clear door and the digital display.
Yep.
My husband it was a Christmas present. So my husband went all out. And I have a Nesco, and I have so many trays for it, but I think don't put those trays in the dishwasher. Ask me how I know.
No, because they melt. And see, Suburban Hillbilly got the Corsori, which I knew about ahead of time. I was extremely excited, and it is the cat's pajamas. Ooh, Wanda, I've never dehydrated okra. Get the heck out of town, because I don't like it. You know, that pickled
Fine.
candied okra. Ooh, I'm going to check that out, because I grow the snot out of okra.
Robin wants to know what's the best potatoes for dehydrating scallops.
Yeah, mine were probably Yukon Golds because Vern gets me white potatoes for that. You know, in the 5-pound bags.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the gold potatoes. Yeah, and I swear anything works. I've just never done the red because they're too small. You know, there's a lot of effort involved in that, peeling them and stuff. Air
Jesse's
fryers that double as a dehydrator.
my Pamper Chef air fryer as a dehydrator, but I've never tried it.
Wow. Okay.
I just because I have my Excalibur. Why run the the Pamper Chef air fryer for how long?
Gotcha. But see, isn't that interesting? Okay, yeah, but okay, Mountain Grandma's down with trying some dehydrated okra too, because God, I love okra. Okra, you either love it or hate it, but I use it
Mhm.
in my gumbos because gumbo means okra. Okay, I know it's all about money, Deanna. When I first started accumulating things, Vern would tell me which paycheck we could do it out of, and then you'd end up with like, oh, I got to get a new tire or something else, or a
As life
air
happens.
conditioner repair, and you just do it slow. Because to me, a dehydrator's a luxury, a pressure canner's a necessity, right? I'd rather get a lot of meat, okay, in a jar and broths, right, than dehydrated stuff. And accumulating jars costs money too.
Mhm. Unless
Yeah.
you know your neighbors are going to downsize because they're older than you.
Yes. Yeah.
Electric potato peeler. Where were you last week?
Yeah. Okay. Leanne is never going to forget that the inquisitive farmhouse had an electric peeler.
Oh,
She
so
ain't stressed.
anyway, where was I? I was about to. Oh,
You were about to say it's time to go because we've been on here too long. Why can't we
well, my
just go
husband,
an hour?
my we can't. We've had too much fun, especially when we. It takes me an hour to warm up
Right.
and behave.
You're killing my allergies here. And behave. Oh my God. Okay.
So
All right.
anyway, we'll plan for next week. Everybody, good luck tomorrow, 7:30. Be square at Sutton's
Yes.
Days.
And let me say
Oh,
this,
I know what I
everybody.
wanted to say. I wanted to promote Freeze Dried February. If you
Okay.
want the opportunity to win your own mid-size freeze dryer, go check out Inquisitive Farm Wife's Freeze Dried February collaboration that starts on Saturday because that is February 1st. You got
Oh,
28 days to win yourself a freeze dryer.
hence freeze dried February. I get it.
And they're gonna have other prizes like bags, and I'm sure they're gonna have a killer giveaway.
Nice.
So look out for that. And then there's air dryer February that Potpourri's putting on
Air fryer.
air fryer February.
Okay. And Ken Collinsworth said red are not worth it and they turn dark when the other taters don't. And freeze dried okra is the best. Get out of town. Okay. Good night, lazy. Thanks for modding. Okay, Leanne, we got to go.
Yeah, Howard's been home for at least 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I had to text him and say, "Hey, take supper out of the oven."
Oh God. Okay. Thanks for fun. Thanks for the fun, everybody. Take care, Mountain Grandma, Deanna, Judy. Thanks, y'all. Good night,
Yeah,
Gina.
thanks everybody for being here, and hopefully January be worthwhile for you to can some stuff up and fill up your bellies and your storage.
Hit the like button.
Oh yeah, we haven't said that all the whole minute, hour and a half. All right, good night, folks.
Good
Take
night,
care.
Shannon.
Oh.